Funny about this passport bro situation is the more you listen to them talk, you realize kind of how dumb all of them are. My thing is, if your whole reason for, oh, we're going to go to other countries and find women there, we're going to marry women from other countries. Most of them don't actually marry those women because, for one, they're just going there for sex. And obviously, they're convincing their bros to go there. You're all going to marry the same women? No, you're not. But like I said, if their reasoning for doing all that is because us Black American women are too difficult, we're too headstrong, we weren't raised to be wives, we don't know how to treat a man, we're too masculine, independent, gold diggers, all that. Why would we be mad that you can go to a country, a poorer country, and pay a woman, say, $40 to $200 to do, let's say, have sex with you, cook, clean, do everything you tell her to do? Why the fuck would we be upset or jealous about that? Because y'all know the that you're asking of these women and getting them to do for you, you're getting it at a very, very cheap price, which is why you brag and convince all your bros to go here. Even if it's not the literal $40 they like joking about, every time I see a man try to convince other men to go to a certain destination to do whatever, his main words are, bro, go here because when I went there, I only had, keywords, I only had, even if it's a couple $100. They understand that what they're getting in return for what they're paying is a huge discount. So even if it's, say, like $200, the shit that they're getting out of these women over there. And frankly, if I was a woman in some of these countries that the hot spots are, I'd be very fucking insulted and offended. And another thing, why is it that y'all say, oh, these women over here, they're much more feminine, they're much more beautiful, much more traditional, they were raised to be wives, they know how to take care of a man. And then, in turn, you repay those women for being better than us in every aspect. They're just better women than us overall. You repay them by making jokes about how cheap you can get them for. Does that make any sense? And then you expect us to be jealous and mad. And what's even funnier is, say, like Brazil and DR aren't the only countries on this earth that have very beautiful women, feminine, traditional. There are plenty of other places, like places in the Middle East, Africa, Northern and Eastern, and probably some parts of Western Africa. But what I notice is y'all don't try that shit with the women in those cultures. Because for one, those cultures are very traditional, meaning their family would expect a dowry for you to marry their women. And also, you're not going to go over there talking about, I love how feminine your women are. Here's 20, here's 40 or $100. You get stoned.
I hear all your talking points and I understand them quite clearly, and nothing changes the fact that you are still talking like a street level prostitute, okay? Nothing changes that fact that all you're really talking about is the exchange of money for services, because that's the way you've been socialized. That's the way you think, and that's the problem. That's why nobody wants to mess with you besides your disgusting behavior and your lackadaisical appearance or whatnot. You've been socialized to think like a whore. Okay? You think like a prostitute, a hooker. Okay? A service provider. That's what you are. That's why you guys have this inalienable obsession with talking about providing and, you know, exchange of money for services. That's what your future is in this country. That's what you've been socialized to be. Not strong and independent, not free of a man. You're in service to a man, a white man, who taught you to be a prostitute in the womb. He taught your mother to be a prostitute and her mother before her. And you guys didn't even pick up on it. You wasn't able to read the room, and you drank the Kool-Aid, and now you sit up here at the end of the world, the town crier, okay? The girl that cried wolf. There's going to be enough men left behind that you can grift and, you know, rob of money and resources. You know, even though you present the worst, you know, to the planet. You know, you present yourself as a damaged good. Okay? You're generic. You're the pro wing of women. Okay? Anybody knows what that shoe brand is? You're the pro wing. You're the Payless shoe store of women on this planet. The American black woman. You know, the majority of you that behave this way and talk this way and speak this way incessantly. You don't even realize it. All you were talking about was exchange of services. You were quantifying sexual behavior, certain acts and everything. And if a guy can go overseas and have some guilt-free sex at cost, why shouldn't he? You guys, you guys want everything for nothing. For nothing. You don't want to give up anything. You want to sit up and run your mouth and talk shit and behave like you have a penis. And no one wants to play with you. Nobody wants to come to the table and shit. Your fucking table, which isn't, which is for the streets. You're for the streets, okay? Whether you know it or not. You make bad decisions, and you're a liability in any kind of relationship or business situation. No one is looking for you to be a wife or a partner in anything because you can't do it. You can't change. None of you can change. None of you can accept responsibility for your own shitty behavior. That's your problem, okay? As you sit there with your bonnet on with this stupid smirk on your face, I actually had to, you know, put a static image over it because I got tired of looking at you speak. So I decided to use this goofy look on your face because I know personally and shit, I could give you $20 to $40 and you would do whatever I want, shit. You'll be talking shit, and next thing you know, you have banana in your mouth. I know it. You know it. You know you do some strange for some change. You know that all the men you've ever been with were low tier men. I'm not gonna disrespect those men by calling them a Pookie or Ray Ray, even if they had a criminal record. I'm not gonna do any of that shit because even if they were those types of men, they were better than you.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.